Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and welcome to GT3 Dragon. Joining me in the commentary box is my good old buddies. It is Soup, it is Vectro. Say hello, boys.
Hello, boys.
Hello everyone, it's Vectro and Soup here. I am in Soup's airplane doing the directors for him, so it's really complicated, but we were looking forward to the race tonight. I'm really glad to be back because I've missed this week.
Indeed, I certainly have, Soup. You've missed it.
Well, it's my first time in it, so I'm excited to experience some new types of racing, I suppose.
Indeed, I know I have some facts for this season, by the way. A few facts.
Oh.
CJ is the reigning champ. Matt got promoted from semi-pro after winning the title last season. Parenta has qualified for the Renault Esports Finals this week. Cryptic is seen as the closest challenger to CJ. Ollie, obviously, the F1 champ, reigning as well. First time he'll be competing in full time. Infinity dominated the Indy 500 after that happened. Thomas Ethan is the unknown quantity. Where could he finish? I don't know. There he is, driving the Porsche. Now, we are missing one driver. That is Tony, by the way. He's absent tonight. He's really quick. He had a strong finish to Season 9, so Matt gave him a promotion. Joshua Luke had a strong end to last season, so what's out for him? Marty, a strong midfielder. What's out for him? He could be a dark horse here. He's in the pit lane. He's coming out of the pit lane. There he is in the Mercedes. Two reigning champions. And that's all the stats he gave me. So, a star-studded lineup.
It really is. Big Parenta, I didn't actually realise he'd qualified for the Renault Esports, and he's going to be quick. So he's only a tenth of a second off of CJ there. So it's really going to be... I like him. He's using the Irish TV livery.
I do as well. I do like that livery. It's really nice.
So yeah, it's a very, very star-studded lineup with some newcomers in there as well. A couple of unknowns.
Yeah,
so be interesting to see how they all get on. That was no Porsches through as far as I could see.
Yeah, of course. This is qualifying we're in right now. So only 3 minutes to go until we're straight into the race. A 1 hour race. And by the way, if you were wondering, what I believe it should be around about 38 laps, 40. People are saying, is there any GTRs?
39.
No. 39 laps. And the only cars here are Mercedes, Porsches, a few Audis, and a few Mercedes, really.
No,
and a Lamborghini.
No Lamborghinis.
There's a few Lambos. There's one of them. And there is a Lamborghini right on cue. CJ currently P1 with a 1:29 dead. Absolutely incredible lap time, by the way, for him there. He just comes out of the pit lane straight away. He's just ahead of Big Parenta. He's in P2, 1.5 tenths behind. And then behind him, you have the long old list of drivers. You've got the in third, and then you got X_K, and then there's Matt, H Racing Green. Then there's Ethan. He goes up to 4th position, by the way. Good lap from him there. Puts him.
It's cryptic. I think that's cryptic, but I'm not quite sure.
It might be cryptic. I'm not too certain. Let's have a quick check if we can. It is cryptic.
It is. But let's see if Big Parenta can do anything. I think he's on a lap. This might be an improvement.
Let's find out. Comes to the line.
I don't think it will be.
No, 17 seconds down.
Certainly not.
Most certainly not. That was an out plan. We won't be if he does that low up the hill. There's H Racing Green coming through turn number 1. Good old driver. I've seen him plenty of times in the past. Two wheels through turn 1. Pushing that Porsche to the limit, and it just about keeps it on the road. Hello to Casper and TRL Kate, by the way, if you are joining in the chat. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are in this beautiful world. There is
out there
EP Racing, who's going off the track.
Racing?
EP Racing. Now, who's he getting out of the way of? His teammate. Yeah, EPR works. Indeed, hello to everyone in the chat, indeed. Well, EPR lets his teammate through. There is Manbear going a little bit wide and just about keeps that through. Now, I was practicing with a few drivers earlier and I can tell you, this track's pretty scary in the night. It's even more scary in the daytime. The sun will be really awkward where the position is. So watch out, for instance, on the first lap, especially that last corner, by the way, the second last corner, that little kind of kink. Almost flat, a small lift off, and oh dear. Josh Luke up that's been a little bit. That's in the wall, hasn't it?
That's been in the wall.
Yeah. Everyone but Gold and Matt. Well, that's going in the wall again if he's not careful. Back to the pit lane.
Will he get further? Stalled in 9th position currently.
Oh, he's been. Oh dear.
Yeah, he's been in more walls. He's been in a few walls as well. So a few people are having a little bit of issues.
Gooney third, only 3 tenths away from CJ. Let's see what he can do in cockpit cam. Shoot the S's.
Indeed. Now.
Yeah, these.
Really
special AOR visor cam.
Yes, AOR visor cam in his neutral gear.
Sponsored by Hype Energy.
Yeah, let's see, this last corner is incredible, by the way. The commitment. Any moment, you get on that curve too much. I've seen it in the past. That wall is very vicious. It sticks out just at the right angle where if you hit it,
also this corner, when you brake too late, you get into the wall. If you turn in too early, you hit one of those tire stacks.
Those immortal tire stacks as well.
Oh, good lap.
Into second position.
100th of a second quicker than Big Parenta.
Well, a few people saying Big Parenta and CG on top. No longer.
So let's see, is Big Parenta on the lap? Yes, he is.
Yeah, he's up by 10th.
That could put him on pole. That's exactly the much he needs. He's coming up to overtake. I believe that might be another Lamborghini. I think that might. Yeah, it is.
Oh, that's a slide.
Oh, that's too much curve.
That's his lap invalidated. I think that might be over through the last corner. Can he somehow keep his lap on though?
Oh, a bit of a wiggle.
Doesn't look like it.
I don't think we'll be improved.
Yeah, he's out of it.
That's it.
He's good enough.
CJ.
Oh, he's gone even quicker. My God.
5 tenths almost the gap now. A 1:28.7. Absolutely incredible there. Ethan up by just under a tenth as well. He's currently P5. Now, I was speaking to him earlier. He's finished the thing. He'll be happy. He was not expecting to qualify anywhere up the field. He's currently in P6 currently, as someone else just improved. I believe that might be Vel who just improved slightly. Yeah, it is Ollie.
It's Ollie
D up there now. Let's see, can Ethan somehow the upset of the century and out-qualify a Veloci driver? Can he do it? Comes the line. Are we going to see an upset from Ethan here? No.
No.
No upset.
EPR, he's still on a lap? No, he isn't.
Nope.
Age Racing
doesn't look like it.
This is the order.
Doesn't look like anyone else on a lap at all. So your order as it currently stands, though we are waiting for the last 3 people to finish their lap, but I think they're all backed off of it, and that is Ollie, H Racing, and EPR. But what a qualification though for CJ. P1 by almost half a second, just ahead, of course, of the good old rival as well. And there is your official standings right now. Quality is over. So the official rundown is CJ, Goonie, Big Parenta, Cryptic, Ollie, Ethan, Matt, EPR, H Racing Green, and Marty down in 10th position.
Yeah, very interesting. I'm just kind of looking at the sector times. He gained all the time in Sector 2. 10th of a second up in Sector 1. Pretty equal through that last sector, but it's all through that middle sector. It's the very twisty, tight section.
And now we go to the grid of Membolo. Nice on 40 laps. So I believe we were both wrong with our predictions. Just about.
Well, do we have a formation lap?
Yeah, we do have the formation lap, so it is technically
so I am right in 39.
Yes. You are right in a certain point of view.
No, remember, I am right. Totally right.
Yeah, you are. So remember, some of these drivers will be on the hard tires. Expect most of the drivers to be on the hard here. We do believe the soft do simply not like the heat here. It's a very warm day here in Sonoma. The commentary box is very warm.
Just go. Just back to double A there. He might want to change his fuel load. He was on 12 litres for a second.
Yeah, most of these drivers have quali and, of course, race setups. So it's going to be interesting. The number 4 there, Marty, P10. Of course, mandatory pit stop is in this league now, like last season. a 128 dead was on the PC's poll, by the way, which is incredible. How you do a 128, I simply don't know.
Yeah, well, CJ was the only one to do it, 28.7. Yeah, so Mercedes and Lamborghini on the front row.
Some people saying go for the soft tyres. The track is ridiculously cold, but from what I understand, it should be the hards because the track's going to heat up very quickly. It's going to be interesting.
It's got to be a risk you have to take. Which ones do you go on to?
Yeah, it's a risk battery. I mean, you've raced a lot in your in different categories. I mean, for a driver like this in a it's going to be difficult, isn't it? Like, especially for the likes of Ethan and Scott.
Because you have long sweepers corners, and of course the heat can also play a role. So it'll be interesting to see different kinds of like strategies. We're getting ready for the start of the race.
Indeed. Remember, formation lap. Now, this will be the first time some of these drivers would really do this. So remember, 5 seconds before these guys will leave the grids. And then, of course, they'll all start heading off right now. There we go. And away goes CJ, leading the field for the first time here. Now, expect the unexpected here. What can these drivers do then as we leave the grid to do the formation lap? Now, remember, last corner, they'll be going 2 by 2, I believe. 1 by 1 all the way up here until the last corner. Now, turn 1, it's a tight uphill. Are we going to see anyone get desperate on the first lap? It's not a sprint race. It is going to be an endurance. So let's hope everyone keeps it clean. Racing Marley Scold. And then we've got Jam and Infinity down the back. And then Mamba Pig and Joshua Luke right down the back. Excitement's brewing. CJ, currently, though, is going to lead this field away now. Vetro, who do you think's really going to be an opportunity here? You've got to say, CJ looks like he's already got a finger on the trophy already. The pace he's got.
Paul, I don't really know if it is really that important, because everything can happen at the start. We've got a really strange corner as first corner, so I would say we might see a whole shaken up field after turn 1, but you always never know. This is a track of unpredictability.
Indeed,
it's not a track I particularly like, to be honest.
Hard tyres are quicker, so there we go. So all these drivers who've decided to go on the softs may regret their choices. Hard tyres best. A few cars slow in the background, by the way, right down the back, lads. Joshua Luke and Manapeg going a little bit slowly down the back. But everyone should be getting ready to go 2 by 2 then, just like Noah's Ark. We're going to see Lambo Mercedes, Lambo, Porsche. Lots of Porsches, lots of Lambos, a few Mercedes up front. So here we go then, they're coming through to start the race. Who are we going to see in turn number 1? Are we going to see CJ, who does have the outside line. So this is advantage.
No, it'll turn to the inside for turn 1.
It will turn to the inside, so it will have the advantage.
No, just for the kick. Actually, no, you're right. It'll be the outside for turn 2.
It's going to be interesting though if second place can just keep it down the inside. But here we go then. Who's ready to go? And CJ launches that car off the grid. Brilliant. Goonie left behind. Parenta comes through as well. Are we going to see it clean up the hill then? Let's see everyone coming through. I think it's going to be clean. Ollie D keeping his nose clean. And Big Parenta up to P2 though. So head towards turn number 1. Are we going to see any contact further down? Ethan down there in 7th. So he's dropped a few positions. I think everyone's got clean through. No, they haven't in the back room. We've got contact there. I see a few cars. And off goes Cryptic off right. It's happened immediately then. It's a bit of contact, a bit of carnage, but down the back we have issues.
There's more contact, I think.
Yeah, contact in the midfield. There is even more contact there. Now who's that? Is that Ethan there? Having a bit of battle there. We're on a Mercedes, a car off. There is a car off going straight there, and that is Cryptic. We got a car off at the back of Jam.
Big Parenta is really challenging CJ up the front. He's right on him.
And there is everyone there swimming away. Marty and that, but let's keep our eyes on the about here. Double A having a bit of a battle there with Scott, who's kept his nose clean on the opening lap, by the way. Though I say that, can you try anything? Yeah, someone else running. But is that Ethan? It is Ethan. He's gone off the road.
Yeah, he's got damage.
Yeah, he might have damage or something. Running a little bit wide. Hopefully we can get a bit of confirmation if there's damage on any of the cars. I know a few people might know that. Big Parenta, currently P2 just behind CJ. What a start from Parenta. He's keeping that car honest. but I don't see an opportunity on the opening lap here. Ollie D, by the way, up to third immediately, ahead of his teammate. So the Davis brothers, third and fourth. Now, they said they weren't expecting much either, but somehow, third and fourth, and that is Infinity. He's gone off, down in the air, there's contact in the back. Look, I think there's more than one car. Oh my God!
There has been a crash.
That's a humongous accident. Now, what's happened there? That Infinity spinned like a wall, I think, and has speared into Marty. That is a horrifying accident on that number one here. How has that occurred? Well, there is the onboard shot, and I fear that might need a medical attention for him. But look up front, though, CJ.
Look at Ollie D.
Look at the Davis brothers suddenly coming into us on that number two. They seem to be pushing it absolutely.
Look at how many people are in the pits.
Yeah, indeed. Infinity, EPR, Cryptic, and Man all in the pit lane. We've lost one car from this race already, of course. They're upside down at the last corner. And that is surely a horrible way to end your first race.
Infinity, and Cryptic, and Manbear Pick. Well, the first retirement is the car that was upside down.
Indeed, of course. Understandable, though. How that happened, though. We'll have to try and get a replay of it sometime if we can from something. Or figure out what happened there. But it looks like Infinity potentially hit the wall, or that was contact. It's hard to say. But that might have damaged here. We know for a fact, if you look on bottom map there, you can just see that wall sticking out the left there as everyone's a little bit wide. Just look at that wall. And that's where the contact happened.
Oh! With the rear end of the car. Oh.
Well, talking about rear ends, that would be, I think that might have been Big Peretta slightly tapping the wall, and well, Marty out of the race already. He is not going to be happy with that one.
Yeah. Good start from AA and HS and Green. They were down outside the top 10 at the start.
Yeah, and what a disappointing start from Ethan, all the way down, down and just on the cusp of the points, of course, in 9th position. I don't know exactly how the points will look, but Ethan currently in 9th. Disappointing, he qualified in 6th position, I believe, so he dropped a few places behind his teammate as well. Now, team orders maybe between those guys.
Already a lapped car.
Malapek out of the race. So he's sliding down. Yeah, second retirement. We're only on lap 3 of 40. But Infinity getting a little bit in the way there, unfortunately. There, he's having a horrible time. And we blue flag telling him to get out of the way of the cars behind. And look all of a sudden, by the way, at is that yeah, the car behind Matt, the Mercedes, suddenly coming through as well.
That's Goonie.
Yeah,
coming through. Oh dear, he's lost it.
Well, he was coming through.
Never mind then.
Good save. They could save. Everyone getting a little bit awkward here. Yes. We have Ethan and Skull together. Now let's see how these guys race then. Now this could end either in two ways. Now let's hope it ends in the right way here. But let's see. Can Skull keep his nose clean? He's ahead of Ethan now. Yeah. Team order potentially. These two are teammates. They work very closely together. And Ethan, I know, well, speaking to him early, he said he just wants to finish this race. So just expect them to take it cautious. We're only on that 4, by the way. 32 retirements already as well. So incredibly. Well, we did say though, there could be incidents in the first lap. I did say watch out for that last corner. And it definitely happened in the worst way. Joshua Luke on the back of these guys, by the way, and he is pushing it. So Porsches coming alive behind the other two Porsches. Lots of Porsches here today. But up front, it is CJ and Big Parenta. Skull.
Team orders.
Yeah, team orders there, and that Skull made a mistake. But you can just see. Now let's see if Joshua Luke can try it. Don't think straight away. Hopefully do get your comments down in the chat, by the way. Let's see if Joshua Luke can put a little bit of pressure. Now we know he's a really good driver. And let's see Skull, who be relatively unknown to AOR. This is his first season, first attempt. And that is a triple A. Double A off the road. And I believe someone else scored off as well somewhere. There's Skull behind Ethan. And there is Joshua Luke up front, still leading CJ.
Careful.
Yeah.
It's going to be a penalty if he's not careful.
It might do. Now he's under pressure.
To the outside.
And the outside, that's going to be brave. Skull will keep the inside, but he'll run too deep. Has he done it around the outside?
If he
has.
pulls that off.
He has.
Oh, lovely.
Brilliant. Skull couldn't do anything about that.
Great commitment.
A bad penalty.
Around the outside.
Yeah, he's got a penalty, I think. Look, he's suddenly slowed massively down there. So that is Ethan's back foot already out of the way.
Leaders.
CJ still leading from Big Renner. The gap's 7 tenths.
A version Green is coming behind left cars.
Yeah, that would be Infinity. Of course, he'd have a horrible time though. With that one contact with the wall, H Racing flashing his lights, move over. He says, I'm coming through. P6 currently. Good start for him as well. He came through the field a little bit. But up front though, it's still CJ and Big Parenta. Ollie. Look at Ollie though. And the gap's shrinking. But just look at the gap behind though, from the top two. Almost, well, yeah, 5 seconds now. And Ollie and Matt keeping very close together. Now that'll be interesting if those two battle. That'll be a very interesting battle. The Battle of the Davis. And there they are. The Davies brothers. Let's see what they can do. Driving the fluorescent yellow car. And Joshua Luke's gone off the road, I think. Yes, he has.
Yeah,
he's dropped behind Jam.
He's lost 2 places.
So that is... Where's he like he's going off there? Turn 3, potentially.
What's called? We can't say for sure.
Look at behind Low. Look at Goonie. He's keeping with these guys. He's not giving up. Matt Low. He could just be. If you're in that situation, would you kind of just battle to try and hold the car behind, allow your teammate to open a gap, or do you race too much, or?
He's coming for it. Oh, there's no way you can do it around the outside. He'll go for the cutback on the way out. Let's see. He's already alongside, almost touching.
Can't do it. It's really difficult. There's not many opportunities. Especially can't do up in turn number 1 unless you're a madman, in which case you can try and get a run up the hill and slip a run down the inside, but it's difficult because just look of the curb on the inside.
He's forced Matt wide. Watch the cutback.
Again, though, just parks the bus. Matt likes parking the bus, and let's see if he doesn't end in tears. Yep. Double A in the pits.
He might slip one down the inside here if he's not careful.
You can see Matt Lowe running so well.
Yeah, although his brother is getting away from him now.
Remember though, last 2 races he entered, he retired from Indy, he retired of course from Monza in F3.
Whoa,
there was contact. There was definitely contact that time. Now he's got the inside.
Getting the cutback.
It's going to be difficult. We'll have the outside here. Bit of lag on for Matt as well. Around the outside possible, but Matt's a good dog. We still Skog.
He's going to try it.
He's giving it the biggest squeeze.
You crowd him out. He's keeping it there.
Yeah, we'll have to back off though. There's no way through that. Has to. Yeah. Great racing.
This is allowing Ollie to just pull a bit of a gap on them.
This is exactly what I believe. This is exactly what Matt wants to do, really. Just kind of hold up. I know they're a team here, and there is Double A. Getting some new batteries.
By the way, let's see how much.
Corner cut then.
He's got 2 seconds.
Yeah, corner cutting. So that's a little bit awkward there. There's Matt there now.
He's looking.
Inside again. There isn't really many opportunities around this circuit, is there? I mean, you just think. Look at the sky, by the way. It is going to be medium cloud, by the way, as far as I am aware. So it will potentially get hotter later on in the race. Now, expect some of these drivers, Double A, by the way, can go to the end of the race if he wants, because he has done his mandatory pit stop. Because remember, mandatory pit stop is only available from that 5 all the way to that 35. Can't do it before or after. Has a little look to the inside. Goonie having a look. Matt a little bit squirming on the exit, but just about keeps his car ahead there. Up front, by the way, we're on that number 8, CJ and Big Parenta leading from Ollie and Matt. And then behind, we had Goonin talking about battles. There is Skuld having a bit of struggles here. He's dropped massively off of Ethan, by the way. And now he's on the back of Jam, who might, well, have a little bit of a jingle jam down the inside if he's not careful. Driving that beautiful Audi R8. I think the only one as well, if I'm not mistaken.
No, there's another one.
There is another one somewhere. I can't remember which one it is. It might be
EPR.
Or EPR, one of the two. Skuld, a little bit defensive. We know how strong.
Is he going to be taken around the outside for the second time?
Yeah, yeah. Skuld's struggling.
No.
Not yet.
Yes.
He isn't through yet. Now he is. Oh, there's a car up there as well. It might be Infinity.
Yeah, I think it is Infinity. Yeah, he's dropped all the way down to the back of the field. He's struggling horribly. That really is Infinity, actually. He's having a horrible time. The Indy 500 winner, not having much luck here in Sonoma. So maybe that got spoiled.
I'm just wondering what happened to Big Parenta, because he's suddenly dropped 2 seconds off the lead. He's 8/10 off.
It might be a penalty.
CJ, who did a 130.0. It might be just sheer pace of CJ.
Yeah, pushing that car.
Well, the guys behind are setting 132. It's like those guys up front are rapid.
Goonie still over the back of Matt. Still can't make a way through. Matt defending like a bus. And he tends to do that. Let's hope he doesn't have, like I said, the misery he's had in the last few races he's entered. And yeah, of course, the F3 retiring from Monza after that horrible accident. Of course, Indy 500 with a horrible accident. So let's hope another horrible accident doesn't happen. They normally say things come in free. Now it's Infinity.
By the way, Infinity is not really letting him through, is he?
Not yet. We'll have to, I presume he'll do it down the exit of this corner. Scored a little bit on the grass there, a little bit over the, well, hay I suppose, bit of a slide on the exit there. That's what I call dirty tyres. Now expect if any might lift off down here, or might just keep his car ahead for a little while. Doesn't have to if he's got the pace.
I think he might still be in Indy 500 mode.
Yeah, Indy 500 mode, only wants to turn left. Remember, 10 rounds, by the way. After this, we do go to Rapuna. And in comes Goonie. Now, that's strategic. He's going to go for an undercut then. Remember, he does not have to do fuel. Tyres, potentially. Now, maybe he's gone on the soft. Because we do believe some of these drivers could have gone for the softs, actually. For the beginning of the race, then gone on the hards later on. That could be a potential.
Let's see. Back a lot.
Yeah,
also, double A has got a penalty now.
Yes, that to be 1 second time penalty, I'm imagining. We'll have a check of that and later on.
I can check it right now really quickly.
Yep, 1 second.
Yeah, it's got 1 second.
In, of course, Goonie drops behind now. We'll come out around about 10th position.
It's a fast pit stop, so it's not for fuel.
Yeah, it's for tyres.
No, it was probably just for tyres.
Yeah, you don't have to refuel at all here. Bit of a shame, of course. We do, well, maybe risk levels a bit with fuel. No, dear, who's that going off? That double A letting some cars through. I think it was.
Yeah,
CJ
actually getting some time back there. Oh, yeah. Matt's got a penalty.
Ah, now that, yeah, that's going to be at turn 4, isn't it?
1 second.
Yeah, that'll be turn 4, imagining then. We know for a fact that corner's been catching a few drivers out. It's really easy to just get a penalty. He just doesn't want to go away in that area of the circuit. Matt Lowe, he's starting to close up to Ollie a little bit now. Slightly. 2 seconds, of course, now at 3 seconds, remember, because he has that penalty coming through this very tricky little right-hander, of course. We saw a horrifying accident on that number 1, of course. And of course for Marty, it was out the race, of course, contact with Infinity. I still don't know exactly what happened for it to have that car upside down, but imagining there was definitely some bargy down in turn number 1. Leading the race by the way, lap 11 by the way, meaning, well, about 38 laps to go. Of course, EJ leading from Big Parenta, Ollie D. Brilliant third by the way, but you could just see by the way, the top 2 have seriously run away with this race already. Just ahead of the Davis brothers, gap low behind with the likes of H Racing Green, Ethan as well. Big gaps, unfortunately. Just sometimes, of course, Sonoma. It's been known to be kind of one of those races where you struggle to overtake. The gap's sometimes really big, but of course, anything can still happen. Still 30 in a bit laps to go.
Jam is still behind Infinity.
Yeah, he still hasn't managed to get past.
Yeah, blue flags. I don't really think really be raving too much. Infinity might just have the pace just to stay ahead. Doesn't really need to give that position through, but he's slightly impeding.
Well,
I'd like to imagine.
Pushing. He is only 7 seconds behind EPR, so he is still battling potentially for 13th position.
Yeah,
so
maybe even 12.
Maybe even 12. So let's see what the gap between that. Yeah, that's 18 seconds. That's a bit more, but you can never say never. So. Who knows?
Indeed, certainly.
Yeah, like by the way, the teammate of Big Prenta looks like.
Not having the best of afternoons. By the way, the battle believe going on between, like you said, Joshua Luke is still being caught by Goonie. Of course, Goonie pitted. Joshua Luke hasn't pitted.
Fast and quickly.
Yeah, it's going to be a quick and swift move. Neutralise the target. On board we go with the Mercedes and. First gear, look at speed, the sun, that's what I said though, just look at the sun through this corner, it's so difficult, because any moment, just a little bit too much light and that wall just sits there, luckily though, shaded by all these advertising boards, around one of the more popular circuits by the way. Of course, I believe we're in California, I'd imagine we are. It's very warm.
Well, it's hot, it's dusty, there's no grass, so yes.
Yes, we're basically in a desert, so imagining we are there. Well, because there's a bit of grass there in the background. Goonie Loke still catching up a little bit. doesn't seem to be making too many inroads low yet, but I say that, he's closed up massively, so, and off goes Joshua Luke a little bit there.
Penalty in the meantime.
Now, Double A and EPR and Infinity and Matt all have their own penalties to deal with. Down the inside.
Down the inside.
Oh, bit of contact.
That's brave.
There was contact. Does he get the move though on the exit? Yes, he can. Joshua Luke, I don't think he can answer that. The Mercedes lights ablaze and passes with relative ease down the inside into that long left-hander. Not 180 degrees, slightly more really. But it's about 190. But it's very
Interesting
tricky.
green with a penalty.
Now that will be for corner card as well. So where's he gone off there? 1 second. Everyone seems to be getting a penalty.
Also EPR 2 seconds.
Yeah, this track really seems to be people struggling around here with penalties and whatnot. But so that's a 5th drive penalty, 2 retirements, of course, in this race. One after a horrifying accident with Infinity. That was Marty, and of course we lost someone else a little while ago, hitting the wall down on the exit of turn number 6, I think it is.
But look at the laps. Let's see. Gooney is doing. He's doing 32.3 compared to CJ and Big Prenta doing 130. So he is losing quite a bit of time in the traffic.
Overall, yeah. Traffic really not helping any of these drivers. H Racing Green stuck all over the back of someone as well. I believe that might be EPR. Not too certain. It might be Cryptic.
No, it is.
It is EPR.
No, it is EPR.
And there's your answer to that then.
Yeah, Matt's got his brother in his sights. He's slowly closing in on him.
Now, we've seen how...
You can see the difference in laps.
Yeah.
You see the difference in laps this time by just with 31.5 to 31.6.
So it's gone up slightly, but it seems like it's closing. Now, the Davis brothers, me and Soup know, they have quite a bit of rivalry sometimes. They're
just slightly.
Slightly. They do get very competitive. Matt's quicker than karting in his opinion. Ollie says otherwise, but Ollie almost esports.
They actually live in the same house as well.
I believe they do.
I don't think so.
Well, if they do, it's just imagine the scenes.
Working next to each other.
Maybe he's Actually, that would be quite funny if they were racing next to each other.
They crashed into each other's scenes.
If they crash into each other, they just visit each other in real life, and then.
I mean, if one of them goes for a move, does the other guy just moves the other guy's steering wheel, puts him in the wall?
I can imagine. Joshua Luke in the pit lane, by the way, from 10th position on that 14. Now that will be for his one and only stop here today. Now he looks like he had that contact earlier on, I believe, as well. He had a bit of incident, but Infinity as well. So,
he has been in the wall.
He's been in the wall again.
Yeah. So Joshua Luke and Infinity, both teammates, if I'm not mistaken, really struggling here today.
Let's see how long the pit stop takes, because if it is for damage, it will take really long.
Big Parenta has made a mistake, by the way. Look, that gap's opened up massively all of a sudden, so he seems to have been going a little bit slower. Now, 32 to 30, so he's lost 2 seconds now. It looks like he's got a little bit of damage on that front. Slightly, potentially. So maybe he's had a little bit of a nudge on a wall or a bollard or something. We know how strong they are. A little bit okay, though. The Iris TV livery. Which, it is a real channel Soup, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Is it good?
No.
Well, there's your answer to that then.
If anybody does work for that channel, I'm sorry, but the content is god awful, and that's my opinion. Look at Matty D, by the way.
Yeah, he is absolutely flying onto the back of his brother. Now, this could be interesting, like we said. Rivals, Ollie's got a penalty. Well, that changes the tyres. That changes the tables massively. So, now...
How big is his penalty?
How much?
Let's have a look. Controversy. Has Matt touched Ollie's steering wheel to make him go wide?
2 seconds for him.
Has he just nudged him over the track limits? Maybe.
Oh dear. Now that double A going off. I think it might be.
That slightly helps them actually, because then they don't have to deal with the traffic. I think it might be cursed actually, because he's actually wearing your number, Vectro 666.
Oh yeah, I tend to spin it off.
Yeah, you do tend to spin. Goonie, meanwhile, on the back of Skull again. So second place in. lap 15, so he's going for a it's going to be a long old stop, 30 laps to go. We're going to see anyone else in. Ollie doesn't. Does Matt decide to try and do an undercut? No, he doesn't.
Nope.
Meanwhile, though, I was about to say, Goonie closing up to the back of Skull rapidly, so expect that to be an overtake in a moment. Just look at that gap, by the way. Well, there they are on our screens there. Mercedes versus Porsche. 128 versus, I believe it's the number 65 livery, I think Skull's running, or it's the 64. One of the two of them. I can't exactly see from that camera angle. Is it the 64? Yeah, it's the 184.
It's a bit off. Bit of a ways off, I'll be honest.
Yeah, a few, about 120 off.
We've got 3 battles on track right now. We've got Scott and Goonie.
The Davis battle.
And Joshua Luke. And also the Davis battle.
Even meanwhile, up to 5th, by the way, because of that, by the way. And Big Parenta comes out, I think, in clean air as well. So that's 7th.
He's just come out in front of Ethan, just about.
Well, he's behind Ethan, actually.
No, he's... Oh, sorry, he is as well. He came out in front of Skull, sorry.
What a margin. Where's the cars ahead? Oh, contact!
And that's crowd there.
Now, we can't
that was no fault of Scold.
Yeah, no fault of Scold. Gurney couldn't manage to get out of the way. Scold, I know, struggles up that hill, and of course, turn 4. Yeah, speed difference.
I think he just misjudged the speed on the way up the hill and just got a little bit of a tap. And it's very easy to lose it when you're on a hill and the car is unbalanced.
Well, that curb as well, remember. This track, one of the few who haven't been reprofiled in a long old while, so you could potentially get on the curb. By the way, expect Big Parenta, he might try the undercut, by the way, on CJ. Now, that could be interesting. Now, he's catching Jam. He's 2 seconds behind, so CJ, he's going to have to watch out as well. But remember, the overcut as well, technically, if they can make it work, could be interesting. And that isn't Ethan. That is going to be a car.
It's almost contact.
There was contact. There is contact. That front, look at the front end. There's damage now. Let's go back to look at that front end, if we can. On Jam, that front left looks like it's got damage. It has. There has been contacts. Slightly, it looks like it. That's a little bit awkward. Miscommunication. Now it's a big bit of damage as well. Big Parenta, now he's going to come up and lap the struggling Infinity, unfortunately. Well, unfortunately, both of the Joshua Luke and Infinity really struggling today, unfortunately. It's a real shame to see so many cars struggling. Matty D. Yeah, 1.3, 1.2 as I say. Close up a little bit. It's going to be a ding-dong forward and backward battle, isn't he?
Yeah. So Big Parenta, he's really got to push.
Yes, he's got to push like hell now.
Because it depends on how long a stop that CJ takes. If he takes tyres only, or if he takes tyres and fuel.
Well, I doubt anyone's going to take fuel.
How much fuel does he have actually? He's got 59.
He might have to take a little bit of fuel on.
I think he had 80 litres of fuel when he started, and well, he was only down to 60. I know for a fact we're on that 20, so I don't. Well, nearly.
Big Parenta's got less, so I think because Big Parenta stopped, not for fuel. I think
tyres only, though.
Also, CJ will be good for fuel.
Yeah. Tyres. Now remember, that 35 pit window closes below, so you haven't pitted by then, you're in real big trouble. Expect these drivers all to be pitting around about, well, between now and around about lap 25 ideally. Unless you're trying to do an all-data strategy, in which case lap 30, but I don't imagine anyone's trying that one. But it'd be interesting. Ollie,
I think also... I think Ethan is closing up to the back of H Racing Green.
He is. Now this is going to be interesting between the pair of them, H Racing Green and Ethan.
They're only about a second and a bit off.
They've met each other at Indy.
Yes, they met each other in Indy. Everyone's met that. And
it didn't end in a... It wasn't a friendly encounter, let's say.
No, but that was a very interesting race as well, to be honest. A lot of drama, a lot of drama, a lot of contact, a lot of very interesting racing. Only 4 drivers finished in that, by the way.
Who was it actually who flipped through the air? Wasn't that Member Pick?
Don't think so.
No, I think it was Fogarty, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I think it was Fogarty. Remember though, that's just going back to that race. That person, I can't remember, who was it who ran out of the field in the pit lane?
Oh no, I can't remember.
I can't remember now, but I still feel sorry for him. If he's in this lobby, I feel even worse.
Yeah, I don't think he is.
CJ pulling away from Ollie D. Barlow. That gap opening very quickly. Now 23 seconds, and keep an eye on the Big Parenta Barlow, 45. So that gap is opening as well to Parenta. That's the what we're looking at, by the way. I've been noticing a little bit. It's going up. That's not good, is it?
Yeah. No, he's in clean air, and obviously he's gone on the hard tyres. So they're obviously working better.
Lap 18, your official rundown of the grid as it stands, by the way. CJ leading from Velocity D. Matt Davis in third. H Racing fourth. Ethan is in fifth. Then we got Jam, Big Parenta, Scold. Then, behind Scold, we have Goonie, who is going a little bit slowly there. Behind them, Cryptic. Double A, having a little bit of a tough time there after a few issues. Joshua Luke also issues, and as well as EPA, who's really having a bad time, and we lost someone.
We've lost Infinity, by the way.
Ah, yes.
I think it's
Infinity's
Infinity.
gone.
Yeah, Infinity's had to retire,
So
it
the
looks
first
like.
retirement. So we've got Martin, Manbearpeg, I think,
Yeah.
is gone, and also
Marty.
Infinity now. So three
Marty as
retirements.
well on lap one after lap Infinity. Well, Infinity and Marty both had that horrifying accident on lap number one. Still not exactly sure what happened. I will try and talk to Infinity after this race, see if we can, if I can figure out what actually happened. But that's maybe we'll pop in the chat later on. CJ
Have we got
Lowe.
anyone in the chat, by the way?
No. Well, we've got a few people in the chat, by the
so
way.
No
Good
one
to see.
questions.
Do get your comments in, by the way. God, this is a brilliant point, by the way. Parenta potentially with the Scuderia Ferrari strategy. Memories.
Yeah.
Bottling the strategies over the back of jam, by the way. So, what jam is it going to be? Is it going to be strawberry, or is it going to be different kind of jam? Is it going to be black jam?
Gone off marmalade.
Marmalade.
Apricot. I don't like apricot, so...
Yeah, apricot is I pronounce it, but apricot is also how you pronounce it as well,
Well,
I
I'm
believe.
Dutch, so I pronounce everything weird.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Different places.
I think Infinities will agree.
Just look at Maddie, he's also...
These guys are seesawing back and forth on pace. It's brilliant.
Overdye Kink ran out of fuel in the Indy.
Overdye Kink, yeah.
Yes, and Jam having a little bit of a jip. Oh, look down the inside there. That's a little bit ballsy to say that. Wants to be careful though. Bit of soaring. Now, where's the opportunity? Can he try down the inside? Now, we've seen that a few times. He is going down the inside. Can he do it? No, he can't. There's Ethan, by the way. Is that Scold,
He wants to get
actually?
past him quickly, because he doesn't need traffic at this moment.
He really doesn't. And just look at that sun, by the way. Absolutely beautiful, in my opinion. Just so high in the sky now. Track temperature will be going up every single lap, by the way. It's around about 7:20 in the morning in game time. Of course, this is an hour race, technically. So, of course, the race will finish at 8 o'clock in the morning.
By the way, Joshua Luke has dropped right back.
Yeah, Joshua Luke's seriously struggling. If I say that, he's gone off somewhere again, I think. But Perennet still can't find his way past Jam. Meanwhile, though, Ethan currently running in 5th position. He's getting caught by Jam, by the way, a little bit as well. Oh, bit of lag there up the hill. 21, by the way. Do keep your comments down in the chat.
Seconds.
Meanwhile, the Davis battle, by the way, just a second between them. So they're keeping even.
This is the battle to watch right now. Big Parenta is pressurizing him, but Jamie is not letting him through.
Well, you say that.
Oh, that's not what you want to do. Oh dear.
Now,
Yeah.
that's a little bit too optimistic there, and off goes the Audi. Unfortunately, number 4 they're spinning in front of our screens. Now, that was a little bit too
position as
dry.
well.
Here comes Scold.
Yeah, can he capitalise on that mistake? Maybe has
They'll
Jam
carry
got
the
damage?
momentum.
He's going to
think
really close
so.
to H Green as well. That's a battle to watch.
Indeed,
Yeah,
he's catching up. The gap's still a second though, so it's keeping even. Then we've got battle there now. It's one of those corners though, isn't it? To try down the inside was a little bit clumsy. Could have waited, but of course it's a little bit blind over that hill as well. Where the braking zone is exactly on the bump, so potentially.
Oh, he's got past.
Even it's true.
In the pits.
He's racing in the
Ian.
pits.
Yeah.
So he's decided
That's
to bail out of
tactical, I
that
think.
one. Yeah, tactical. Doesn't want to battle them. Potentially.
Goonie, by the way, catching up to Scald.
Yes, Goonie flying. Now, to be honest, he's he's been closing up gently, by the way. Gradually, he's behind Goonie, by the way. The gap is quite a margin to the car behind him, although that is over to Kink. That's over 18.5 seconds, by the way. So just coming up, just gone over halfway through the race.
Did you just say over to Kink?
I don't know. I've suddenly got that in my mind. I think. Sorry. Correct me
He's
there.
not even here, man.
Still in my mind after that pit stop blunder.
Scott looks a bit like he's struggling. I saw him turning twice into that corner.
Now, in the chat, by the way, Infinity. So I have a question for you, Infinity, if you can respond in text form. What happened? We just saw a car upside down and you in a wall. So I want to know.
I think Goonie might be having a look here.
Yeah,
Skolder goes defensive. He'll go deep though. Yeah, look at the understeer he's suffering from. He goes through the corner. Goonie slipping up the inside. Skull holds it there.
Can't do it low on the exit. This area of the track is so hard to make the move. It's just one at a time, really, unless you're really brave. I mean, here you can try it, but again, low. This one of the corners, if you try it, you've got to be committed. Skoldlo seems to be struggling a little bit now on his tyres. His lights are off compared to everyone else who's got their lights still on. Has he looked down the inside of Goonie? Nope.
Yes, he is.
Still nibbling at the rear end of that. Oh, he is down the inside. A bit of contact. Out West Skull. He's still there as he goes side by side towards turn number 1. Who's it going to be?
Dear.
Skull's done it. He's here. They're both off now. That was a fear. There was a fear that could happen there in this race. That is such an error point on the circuit. What on earth happened there?
I'm afraid he's turned that Mercedes into a pancake.
Look at the damage on those cars.
Now, it's hard to see who that was fault there. It looked like Skull had a look to the inside. Looks like Goonie slightly pulled across, and look how much damage that car is right off.
Yeah.
And Goonie, he was catching up again. He did the early pit stop.
Was flying.
That is all gone down the drain.
This is, I mean, from starting second to being in that position now. Meanwhile, the Davies brothers still going at it here.
Yes, 5 tenths the gap. It's come down half a second.
Are they actually betting,
yes.
or are they playing the team game?
Psychological advantage vector. I think these Davis brothers are going for it. So I've got this thing from where will CJ pit? We believe he should pit. Well, he has to pit within the next 10 laps. Goonie's gone up now. So
goes through.
I have an update, by the way. What happened to Infinity? I don't know. 2 guys collided and were flying across the track. I couldn't avoid it anymore. Had 100% at the front. It took an awful lot of time and race was over. So 2 other people. So now who could have collided then back to that when that happened?
Manapeg, I think.
Might have been Manapeg.
Manapeg?
No.
EPR at the back of AA.
There is
He's actually gonna be left.
That's Matt.
That's Ollie! That's Ollie! Oh my goodness, Ollie's made a mistake! Scenes! Ollie has made a... Oh dear!
He couldn't handle the pressure... Oh dear! He couldn't handle the pressure from his brother.
Ollie has cracked under pressure. Matt has finally beaten Ollie. It has happened. In comes Goonie finally the pit, and he's not going to be happy there, but that is Scenes
Big front
there.
on the back of Ethan.
See, Ollie was also in the way with left cars. I think it was with EPR going through.
And in.
In comes Ollie.
Has he hit the wall?
I think he might have.
He may have. Now, even that, look, the rear end, look, the rear ring. Look at the rear ring. It's got damage on that car. So he's hit the... So it might be...
He's probably gone off with a long left-hander.
It's possible. Let's see, big Parentalo. He's going to come through the field. He's over the back of Ethan, by the way. That's be interesting.
Big tyres.
Yeah, fresh the tyres. Ethan's going to pick his battles then.
Loads, quite similar.
I am quite amazed at the pace of CJ. He's still up the front doing 30s.
Yes, he's 50 seconds ahead to be Parenta.
Yeah, he's easily still going to come out in the lead unless he picks up some damage or something like that.
Yes, let's not commentate his cars there. Though Matt might take the lead for a lap if he's not careful. But I presume Matt will come in this lap, but we're all saying for Ollie. Now let's see if Ollie can get some of that magic dust out of his near esports drive. Let's see if we can get that. So we didn't make the pro draft. Let's see if we can try it and at least beat his brother. Let's hope he can. That'll be an interesting battle. The psychological advantage between those two is going to be insane. Meanwhile, big Parenta over the back of Ethan. That's an entirely different amount of psychological advantage.
Oh, he's gone late on the brakes.
Yeah, round the outside. Can he do that one? Ethan will keep his nose up the inside. And he do it.
Yes.
He managed to do it in the end. And round the outside
Nicely
he does go.
done.
That was a little bit close. You've seen that, especially the Porsche seem to be struggling on their brakes. What a move, though. Round the outside. Ethan looks like he's seriously struggling with tyres right now. They look like they're going off. So
Engine temps as well.
yeah, imagine he'll come in at least that, potentially. Still no sign of a pit stop for your leader, by the way. Are we going to see him in? No, he stays out for a little longer. No, he comes in.
No, he's in.
Bit of a lock-up. Gets the car stopped just about. 37 miles an hour. A long old pit stop for the 183 car. Now, where will that drop him out?
Where will he drop back? Jammy will go
Jam
through.
is in.
No, Jammy won't.
Yeah, Jam was in as well. He's these two have been battling a little bit. Now,
So who of the two is going to have a quicker pit stop?
I'd imagine it'll be
Yeah.
Ethan unless he takes some fuel on. Ollie will split him for the time being, and there
Yeah,
Ethan's already
very
out.
quick.
Just fresh
Alright.
tyres. Jam out as
Jammy
well.
So
Now, where did they drop
Ethan-
him out to? Stoll's got a penalty, by the way. Now,
Well, it's going to be close to Cryptic.
yeah, Cryptic should pass them both easily. He has.
Well, you say that.
He's
Oh, yes,
passed
he
them
has.
easily. What's happened to Skull, by the way? Oh dear, Hate Racing, who's else got a penalty there? I think, Jam.
Yeah, Jam.
A lot
That
of-
was pit
speeding in the
exit
pit
probably.
lane.
Speeding in the pit lane.
Yep, and that is a good point there.
10
Good spot.
seconds.
Yeah, it's
Unbelievable.
cruel. A little 1 mile an hour, it's such a cruel thing. Do keep your comments
I
down
want
in the chat, by the way, as well. As we're coming to the midway point of this race now. Well, it's gone over the midway point, at least. It's coming to the end of it. Way over.
I'd like
Yeah,
to know CJ's secrets.
Indeed. Someone in the pit lane, by the way. I'm going really slow at the last corner. It's Matt.
Maddie D.
Oh, and for
Well,
a second,
where will
spin.
he rejoin in terms of Ollie D? Well, he is.
Oh,
Wow, that was a rapid stop. My goodness.
looked like he
Well, there's a wrong
stalled
pit
it
stop.
there. Looked like
I
he
think,
almost...
yeah, he might
Was
have.
it the wrong pit crew?
He had to I don't know, but
Well-
he had to quickly re-engage the clutch.
And he stalled or something. Now,
I don't know
where's
what happened
Ollie
there.
going to come out then?
That's
Let's have
Ollie
a look.
swooping by now.
Yeah,
No, he's going to come out well in front.
he might do. It's a long pit stop, remember. This could be close. There's
yeah.
the line there. He's going to clear.
There's
He
the
is
pit
gonna...
exit.
Oh, he is
Oh,
going to
there
come
it
out
is.
ahead.
There it is.
And look at the
There's
background.
Ollie.
There's Ollie. He's way
Gonna be
ahead.
close again.
So Maddie's
Yeah.
got the overcut to
seconds.
work.
Yeah.
But of course,
Incredible.
Ollie D has made a mistake, so
Yeah, Ollie
that's what
did
cost
drop.
him the time.
A little bit of time, of course, a bit earlier, and now just look at CJ. That is incredible. We've still got, by
But
the
now,
way, he's got a little longer to go till he can decide to pit.
He still got the pits, by the way.
Yeah.
By the way, Big Fanta.
yeah, he started to
is-
go quick.
He pitted really early, and I must say, he's fought his way back to second.
Indeed.
Yeah, and he's going quickly now. He's starting to bang in the 130s. Once he got in the clean air.
Quickest guy, by the way,
He might
apart from
have to
Cryptic,
restart the airplane
who's
at the moment.
also going quickly. Yes, the airplane might need to be restarted.
Yeah, we'll just quickly break off for a moment while I sort that out.
I mean, well, we are looking at Ollie D doing his usual self, just driving quickly, driving cleanly, composure at an all-time high. I'd have to say he's always a driver that can impress. Really, he's so quick when he in his opportunities, and sometimes, of course, struggles a little bit, but keeping his car clean.
I think Big Parenta just went with the fastest lap there.
Yeah, people in chat saying CJ is OP. I'd agree.
I would also concur on that one.
That is a very well. I mean, 30 seconds. Imagine when, of course, he pits, unless it mysteriously jumps up. By the way, Matt isn't too far behind Big Parenta. I mean, it's 13 seconds. Not even that. About not too much. 16. Okay, slightly more, but keeping his car in a drivable condition. Big Parenta making mistakes. And that's not. Ethan's
And,
getting caught a little bit, by the way, by Jam. So that could be something to look at. There is Ethan. Behind him there, Jam. There he is. Behind them is H Racing Green.
It's still quite close to each other. I mean, the gaps are about 2 to 5 seconds, so it's quite close. Anything can still happen.
CJ responded.
Yeah, CJ
with a 129.9 on lap 29.
My God. Talking about people who've had a bad afternoon, by the way, Skull's really dropped off the pace, by the way, so he's gone off a few times, I think, because look how he's
down to
now. Yeah, he's down to 11th, and well, that car looks. Well, that was from the contact earlier on. Another car he had that contact with. Where is the car? Goonie.
Although saying that,
13th,
I mean,
isn't
his laps are good right now.
Yeah, Goonie, meanwhile, not having the best of time. He's last.
Yeah, Goonie from second to last. Unbelievable. I mean, he's had the worst luck in the race, I must say. Well, yeah. If you don't count Infinity and Martin, maybe.
Yeah, Marty, of course. Remember, though, there was contact with someone else involved in that crash as well, and of course, Infinity had nowhere to go. So at least we got the full picture of what happened finally. Meanwhile, Goonie on the back of the Davis brothers right now, and this could actually put Ollie. Yeah, Ollie could actually get pushed forward actually by this. Like, realise there's a car behind him and apparently full lobbies usually have less correct. Jam on Ethan. And now this could be an interesting.
There is Jam on Ethan.
Oh, there is almost definitely Jam on Ethan. There is the Audi nibbling away at the back of that Porsche. Let's see though. Flat 6 versus a V10, I believe, in the Audi.
Yeah. Quite a different setup, but
oh, Ethan's struggling.
Ethan's sideways.
We're going to give Jam the opportunity.
Here comes the Jam.
Down the inside. Can he slip a run up the inside? Yes, he can. Can Ethan do anything? No, he can't. And Ethan has been done and dusted there by some Jam. Brilliant move for him. And
Big Parenta has had an absolute mare of a lap, by the way.
Oh dear.
34-2. And in comes CJ.
Yep, CJ's finally decided to chuck it out. He almost lapped these guys, by the way. Yeah, that's how far away he was. Let's see. Clean pit stop.
Where will he rejoin? I think comfortably in the lead.
About 20 seconds in front, I'd wager.
Unless something horrifying happens in the pit, then let's hope it doesn't.
He was the only one who stayed out of trouble, mostly. Ethan also, again. For the second time.
Now.
Damage.
Yes. Maybe he's got damage somewhere. Now, if he has got damage, where's he done that?
Not that sure. Not that sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure where he'd have gone off to get damage there. It's yeah, definite damage there. Long old stop for him. That will allow EPR to come through. Might allow Skull to come through. But I'm not exactly too certain where Skull is compared to these guys. It's miles away.
25 seconds behind.
Well, you say that though. How long is that pit stop going to be? He will drop behind double A. Yeah. Ah, well, maybe not.
I wasn't too far wrong with my estimate.
Yeah, you're exact on there at 20 seconds. Double A's going to come out just ahead of Ethan. Ethan still in the pit lane. The Scold is going to come out behind him. So both of them are going to be running down.
So that team, Scott and Ethan, having the worst of luck at the moment.
Well, you say that, and then there's Joshua, Luke, and Infinity, who've had, I think, worse of luck. Talking about luck, Davis' team having good luck, and I believe
Goonie?
Yeah, Goonie's did drop back. Yeah,
he dropped back again.
Yeah, I think he might just be keeping it clean, just driving. Well, his last lap.
I've got a feeling this battle between the Davies brothers, this is for a podium. So this is going to be a saucy one. Yes.
Matt versus Ollie. Now let's see who's it going to be. Like down towards Ollie. You can just see though the driving style. Ollie's a little more composed. Matt's a little more sideways. As per usual, likes going sideways, of course. Now, do you remember, though? I don't know when it is, but the 2.4 hours of Le Mans coming up soon, of course, from AOR, the Triple Crown.
Oh, very wide from Matty. Here comes Ollie to the outside. Let's see if he's going to be conservative or he's going to go aggressive on his brother. Is he going to go around the outside? Yes.
No, he's going to squeeze it.
Side. Oh, no love lost.
These two are going to get very bitter very quickly, I think. This could go on for a few laps. We're on that 32 by the way, with 40. Only 8 laps to go in this motor race. It's flown by like a rocket. And Matt keeping his car ahead of Ollie. Ollie is going to be trying to come through with every ounce of power and every ounce of steam he's got in that engine. This is petrol engine. He's going to be going at it like hammer and tong.
Yes, indeed. This is going to be a great one. As you can see, Matty really wants that podium, and he's fighting hard for it. So, this is not just for a podium, but it's also for bragging rights.
Yes. Now, Vetra, you've known battles, of course. What do you find of this interesting battle between two brothers?
Well, it's interesting for two reasons. It's, of course, they followed each other the whole race, and of course, they're relatives. So, who is the best? It's just about bragging rights as well, and also everyone wants the podium.
Indeed,
Yes,
who's going to be put in the shadow? Is it going to be Matt? Is it going to be Ollie? Matt made a mistake there. He's a little bit on the grass, but he's still just there. He's just he's parking the bus really right now, but he's just trying to deter Ollie from making the move. For God's sake, let's hope they don't collide. Though I say that, Ollie gets a good exit again. Is he going to try and slip one? I doubt it, unless he's going to try and do a mad one. He is doing a mad one. There he is. He can't do it. Oh, Matt's gone wide. Ollie down the inside. Oh, can't do
Matt's held on to it.
Look, I think they're still there. No, Ollie has to back off on the exit. And behind them, look, I believe a few other drivers catching up. Yeah, Cryptic. Look at Cryptic. He's catching these two.
Cryptic is coming.
Cryptic is flying here.
Yeah, really
3
close.
seconds. We'll keep an eye on these two. So these two, if they, I think in the quote of
Damon
Damon Hill,
again.
in the words of Damon Hill, if we race, we could end up with nothing. They could do. They could end up off the podium if they're not careful.
They're also in a very similar livery to what Damon Hill drove at the time, the Jordans.
Also, Joshua and Rooney going at it.
Oh, that is for position.
Yeah, he's for position. Well, I don't see that going on there, but that's he's can't do it. That's brave. Don't do it around the outside.
Porsche. That's brave. That's
No,
very brave.
that's very brave. No, you have to back off. He's had to back off there in the end. And they're getting lapped as well by Cryptic. Cryptic's going to get through. Yes, he does. Now back up to the battle between Davis and Davis. Ollie versus Matt. The battle of the century. The battle of the brothers. The brothers of destruction going at it here in the bright yellow, well, mustard almost Porsches. And let's see, down the inside goes Ollie. He's slivering. Can't do it again. This is getting tense. This is going to go one of two ways. In a beautiful overtake or an absolute travesty. Let's hope it's not the latter option. It's the first option with a beautiful overtake. Or maybe they'll just keep position. I don't think that's going to happen. I very much doubt that. These two, both driving the same livery. Now
Gooney's got him.
Yeah, Gooney's got him. Now I think that might have been due to Cryptic, actually, because Cryptic's just ahead of it. So potentially, Joshua Luke got slowed down.
Also, Scald and even getting closer.
Yes, that's going to be an interesting battle there. By the way, let's go back to the battle up front, by the way, because that's the battle we want to look at, we need to look at. Matt still has the gap. He's still opening up a little bit. It's just about 5 tenths per second. This is getting interesting. People saying, hope they take each other out.
I mean, it'd be interesting to see, simply for the aftermath.
The aftermath of that will be insane. Oh, Joshua Luke almost wiped himself out. That wall. Now, I've hit that wall a few times. It's not very nice. Hitting walls doesn't tend to be very nice, but that wall definitely, because it sticks out very abruptly. There is Joshua. There is Goonie.
I was just looking at one of the previous laps. CJ set a quicker lap than qualifying.
Ah. No, that's incredible.
On lap 32 of a 40-lap race.
With warm tires and higher fuel.
Yes, well, yes. Yeah, well, definitely, lower fuel, but higher than he had in quali. But he is pursuing. Remember, though, definitely hotter temperatures, so the lap times will inevitably quicker. Ollie Lope still trying. I think this is the best opportunity.
This battle.
This is the best.
Heating up.
It's the best one. He's having a look
he's
down the inside. Yes, he's gone too deep. He's gone too deep. Cut back. This is getting tense. These two battling at it like an absolute dog out and a bat out of hell. Flying here in Sonoma.
I mean, secretly, everyone in AOR has wanted to see the Davies brothers go battling.
And finally, after how many years, they're finally going at it here in GT3. Oof. Matt running over the curb. Ollie Lowe doesn't seem to be making that move. This is insane. I've got
Yeah,
goosebumps.
This is probably one of the best battles we've seen in a long time between these two guys, because we got Matty in F3, Ollie in F1, and it's rare to see them in the same tier.
The psychological advantage is insane right now between these two. If Matt wins the scenes, if he beats, well, doesn't win the race, but if he wins this battle,
I think he's going to get a contract from Veloce in the post.
Yeah,
if he wins this.
Definitely. Ooh, this is getting
He's
close.
have stalled. Even being overtaken by stalled, I think he had an issue.
Yeah.
I think he's stunned somewhere.
Team orders maybe.
And Rooney not letting each other go. Cryptic, is he getting closer? No, he's not. He's dropping back.
Yeah, he's kind of got into a bit of a battle between those two. Ollie, like, another good exit. Matt's going to be wise of it. Covers the inside a bit more this time.
Yeah.
That'll allow Ollie to the outside. Can't do it, though. Let's see if he can try and get to the inside. Here he has. Down the inside.
Oh, he's going to get it this time.
Oh.
Still side by side. We run down towards the S section. I think Matty is still stubbornly ahead.
Matt being stubborn like an absolute brick. He is not moving at all. Maybe a bulldozer might come through here, but let's hope he doesn't resort to that from Ollie. Ollie's a very, very respected driver. Let's see if he can muster his teammates. Go wide. Bit of a mistake there. You could just see Matt covering every opportunity, every ounce of steam that Ollie can put on. He just has to do it. Just look how beautiful these two are, like, racing together. You don't often see it. Let's hope it doesn't end like Turkey 2010, someone says in the chat. Or let's hope this will end like Turkey 2010.
Yeah. There's certainly, if there has been team orders, then Matty's certainly not listening to them.
Both have 2-second time penalties as well. We believe.
So this is for position nonetheless. There's Cryptic just in the background, actually.
They do have 2-second penalties.
And they both do have 2
but
seconds.
Cryptic does not.
Yes, but Cryptic is over 2 seconds behind.
Well,
Just.
He's about 3 seconds behind currently, so...
There's still 4 laps to go.
Yeah, there's still opportunities.
So if they battle too much, Cryptic might run away with the podium.
He could just steal it just by being there.
Ollie D racing for his contract right now.
Yeah, I think so. The top boys of Veloce are watching this and...
oh, he's gone wide!
He's gone deep!
Oh, he's gone deep, side by side, down the inside! How do you do it? No, can Mike's still there? Matt's still there! They're going to go side by side down the hill! This is contact! Oh!
Matty!
Yes, he's done it! Oh my goodness!
The battle got personal, and he's coming back at him once again! Can't stick his nose in this time, though. Even though this battle is really personal, they're still giving each other the respect they deserve.
Oh, he's doing the outside.
Ollie to the outside.
Look at Cryptic, 2.4. These two are battling too hard. They need to watch it. He's down the inside.
Here comes Ollie down the inside.
Now we have the outside here. Now, can he do it?
Too narrow.
It's too narrow to try. And look at Cryptic, 2.2. He's going to get the podium if these guys aren't careful. He's having them down the inside.
Oh, Ollie. Oh, no. Yeah, I think Cryptic might run away with this one if these guys keep battling like this.
He's on the podium. He is now on the podium nearly.
1.9 is not a gap.
All he has to do is not incur a penalty in the next couple of laps. Yeah, there he is. Just coming into shot there.
There he is.
Actually overtake him on
he is on the podium currently.
Just
about.
Well, actually, he's not actually, but because Matt, I think, will have about a 10th in it, but it's how it stands. It's going to be close.
Oh, Matt with a bad exit there. Ollie's coming back at him again to the outside. Once again.
He's tried this once before. Around the outside is going to be difficult. Matt's going to be brave of it. Break that car early. Around the outside he goes. He's squeezing them so wide. This is tactical play. Matt knows,
brilliant.
But he goes wide again. Now, down the hill they go.
Oh, side by side again.
He's off the road.
Oh, no.
Oh, God, they're going off the road. Matt and Ollie collide. It's happened finally.
And Cryptic is right there.
Now he's going to let him through. They're still side by side. Look at this, I think. No, it's let him through.
Ollie's in front, but Cryptic is now in front of both of them.
Is Matt going to launch one down the inside?
Is he going to send it? Oh, my goodness. Wow, this battle is turning very heated. Well, unfortunately, they've lost a podium because Cryptic is now within that 2-second buffer. I don't know if he knows that they've got a penalty.
You'll be informed, I'm pretty certain you'll know.
Yes, he does. He also does know they've got 2.
Yeah, it will say, won't it? It will say. Oh,
yeah.
a bit of
here he goes.
trying down
looking
the
again.
inside.
This is going to be brave.
This is not for the podium anymore. This is just for the position.
Switch
For
back.
bragging rights.
Yeah, this is definitely for bragging rights. It's got it personal now. Oh, now Cryptic's got to get himself involved in this.
Forget Turkey,
Lap
this is
39.
turning into Baku if these guys race so hard. This is incredible, but Matt, off the podium currently. Can Ollie hold it? But they're off the podium because look at Cryptic flying like a bat out of hell.
Yeah, I think Matt might try a dive bomb here.
He's too far back, level ending contact.
Only 2 more laps.
Oh, no, he's gone deep again. I think Ollie might just have clinched this one. He needs to build a gap. Can he do that in a lap?
I don't think so. Well, he's got just over a lap and a bit to go.
He's
All
now
that
in clean
Cryptic
air.
needs to
He's
do
pulled
now
a
is
gap.
just stay clean. Do not make any mistakes. Do not get any penalties. And he's on the
Now,
podium.
Is Matt gonna back off and hold up Cryptic for a just to give more points to the team, or is
I
he gonna
don't think
try
so,
it?
because he's now starting to look at his brother again.
Nah, these two are gonna end up either. Well, they almost end up in both in the wall 3 times.
Yeah.
Cryptic
Cryptic is
is gonna
1
be
second
exciting.
behind Matt, and 1.4 behind Ollie.
Cryptic is on the podium, just. I
Yeah,
think just.
but he needs to stick with. Oh no,
Oh,
Matty!
off goes Matt into the wall. It's finally cracked. Matt bottled it. Finally, it's 3rd time in 3 races he's bottled it. He bottled Indy. He's bottled Monza. He bottled there just about. How much damage that done to the Porsche?
Right, the
He
gap.
didn't hit anything.
Right, the
5
gap
tenths.
is very close. CJ begins lap 40.
What an incredible motor race we've got here. CJ on the final lap. We haven't seen much of him. He's dominated this race. Too much curb hindered Matt, but there is your leader. He's coming through just to the middle of the lap. Cryptic looks like he's going to get the podium.
Also,
What
if you're on the back of Age Racing, everything's going on in the last lap of the race.
And I think if the points go down to 10th, then Ethan, because Skull has a penalty, Ethan does not.
Yes, Gold has a 10. I
They've
think
also
no,
been
he has.
battling, but-
He's got a bit of a penalty.
The ones to watch were the Davis brothers, of course.
Yeah, look at Cryptic. He is flying right now. He might actually go and take the podium without even having to sit behind.
Here we go then. CJ, final sector. I mean, he's been having a nice
Yeah.
Wednesday evening drive.
Yeah, the last
Around
corner
the
he
final
comes.
corner, driving the Lamborghini number 63, the opening round of the AOR PS4 GT3 Elite Tier. CJ takes his home win in Sonoma.
Big Parentalo, P2, but there's Ollie D. His brother,
Yeah, I
Matty
think,
B, Matty Bottle right now. Oh,
Oh,
God!
Cryptic!
He's in the wall! Oh,
He
God!
bottled it.
He's talking about bottling. He's bottled that one royally. Matty D returns Len to the podium. What a bottle for Cryptic on the last
Well,
lap.
not yet. Not yet. The
Not-
gap is still 1.3.
1.4.
He's
Oh
thrown away his podium.
my
Cryptic.
Yeah, he's
God,
thrown away
what
the
a
podium,
mistake.
but he might not have thrown away 4th.
Big Parenta,
Big Parenta
finished
P2.
P2.
Finish, by the
Ollie
way.
D will finish in P3 if he doesn't spin or anything bad happened. Look at the battle low behind low. Can Matty D just get that gap enough? 1.4, I don't think he's going to do it.
It's going to be close. Ollie had to fight hard for that one.
Ollie D, low, through the last corner.
Well
He's going to get
deserved.
away with a podium, the most luckiest podium in history.
Hard fought
I
and
wouldn't
well
say lucky.
deserved.
Hard fought, well deserved. Absolutely beautiful battle with his brother. Ollie is going to finish on the podium. He's going to be happy puffed
He's
though.
really
But what
happy
about
about it.
behind?
Rightfully
I
so.
think, is Matt going to do it? He is. I think, yes, Matt
Matt's
is going
gonna
to
do
get
it.
fourth.
2 tenths.
Cryptic,
Yeah,
fifth.
he's got him. Matt's got it.
From first to fifth. From
And
first to
Cryptic-
fifth.
I think
he's
Cryptic's
absolutely
done.
done it.
Wow.
What a race. It is amazing. I'm speechless.
That
Up,
was
CJ
incredible.
takes victory in the opening round. I had a big Parenta. Ollie D somehow scraped away with third. Matty D, though, somehow definitely scraped away with fourth. Cryptic, a disappointing last lap, bottling that one royally. Down in 5th, Jam in 6th, EPR 7th, Hates Racing 8th, AA in 9th. Behind them, we have Ethan. He's got 10th ahead of his teammate Scarlet, who did have a 2-second time penalty. Goonie 12th, Joshua Luke 13th, Infinity 14th, and Man Bear Pig in 15th. And of course, we lost Marty earlier on in turn number 1. Or that, well, not turn number 1, but
number
last.
1, turn number last.
Yes, that way. Well, what an incredible race. I can't wait for the next race. That was 11 out of 10.
Yeah, that was...
If this is the standard for the whole season, we're up for an amazing fight.
Well,
Yeah.
until next time in Rio Puna in just 1 week time, we shall see you there. This has been Apex Online Racing. I've been Evil, Soup's been Soup, Vectro's been Vectro. That is a wrap. We shall see you next time. Thank you for joining us here in the Desert Heat.